guys, I'm going to be going over for loops today. So you can see we have an empty directory here, right here. So I'm going to go touch, and we're going to just make one for. We're going to make a file here, and gmod plus x and R4. There we go. And now we can just enter into that file here, and we're going to make our shebang. All right. Now we're going to put for var, and we're going to just go 1 through 10 here. All right. Now put do, and then we could put our commands right inside of here. All right. Now we're going to just control X, yes, and enter, and we're going to run this first script we got here. So I'm going to cat this out. Now what's actually going on here is you can see that it's running through our command here, obviously the first time, and our for loop here is going to take our numbers here, and it's going to change the variable every time it runs through this loop once. So the first time it runs through, our variable is going to be 1, and it's going to run through, and then it's going to switch to 2, and it's going to continue until we get to 10. So that's what's actually going on here. So that's why our variable just continuously changes. And I'm going to show you another way you can actually do that. Alright, so let's just make 2 for mod and 777. Alright, let's put our shebang in here. Alright, for var in curly braces 1.10. And this is actually going to do the same exact thing as that last script did, but we're not going to actually have to put down all the numbers. Alright, input done. Control S, yes, and enter. Dot /24. Oh, I missed something here. Let's see what's actually going up. I forgot to close that echo off. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, you can see we actually get the same output that we did on this first command, but it's just running through using the numbers inside of the curly braces. So let me just show you here. So and that's pretty much the main difference between the two of these. So let me show you another one here. Alright, gmod plus x and nano 34. Put our shebang in here. And for I in, let's just put the var again, in curly braces 0 dot dot 10 dot dot 2, and close that off. Put do, put our command, and put done. And I'm going to show you what this does. So we're just going to do a dot /34, and you can see it goes, it runs through this, but it skips, it goes by every 2 numbers. So I'm going to cat this out. So what's going on here is it's working the same way as this command up here, or this script up here, but it's going through 0 through 10, but we also added here the 2 over here. So it's actually going to skip, it's going to go by every 2. So you can see up here we got 0, 2, 4, 6 until we get to 10. So let's make one more here. Alright. Put our shebang in. Alright. Now we're just going to put var equals $1 and var2 equals $2 for x and var and var2 do. We're just going to ping something out here. That's going to be a -q, a -c, 2, and a -w, capital W, and a 1 in our variable. And we're going to just put the output of that in the dev null. X is up. We're going to put an else here. And I'm going to add something extra in here. The weather variable is going to be this command. Our variable. Alright. We're just going to run that. Now you see that we actually don't have any output. And I'm just going to show you what's going on here. Alright. So what the $1 and the $2 is what your output is going to be. So it's pretty much taking what your first output is, and that's going to be the first variable here, and your second output, and that's going to be the second variable here. So, and we're just doing var, just like the other ones we were doing up here, where you can put different variables or different strings inside of the for loop, and that's what it's going to use as the variable in here. We're taking the variables of our input, and that's what's actually going to be used for our variables in our for loop. And what's going on here is we're pinging the our variables, whatever we put in as our variable, and the -q is for quiet output, the -c is for count, and the capital W is for timeout. And we're just putting the output in the dev null so we don't actually get any output. And it's going to run through both of these variables, and it's going to tell us if X is up, then it's going to echo it out, and if it's not up, then it's going to show X is down, or which is going to be our variable over here, and I'm going to show you that. Now what it's doing here, it's taking the domain names, and that it's putting this into this URL right here, and we're actually curling it to actually find the output of the ISP of these domain names. So I'm going to actually show you that working here. So I'm just going to do a ./4 here, and we're going to just start out with Beraddinux.com. Okay. It shows Beraddinux.com is up, and the weather for our ISP for Beraddinux.com is 63 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and we're gonna do one more here. So, and Google.com. All right, now it's going to show us both of the outputs here. So it's actually our first output here, which is Beraddinux.com, is going to be this first variable, and the Google.com in between the space is going to be var2. Another way you can actually do this, and let's just go ahead and edit this, is let's just erase this and put this here, erase this too, and let's exit out of this. You can do this, but one problem is if you just put Beraddinux.com and Google.com, it's only going to do Beraddinux. So if I do this again, but we do the same thing that we would do with Echo and put some commas in there, and that will work also. And well, appreciate you all watching, and peace.